Good evening. This is CTV News for Tuesday, July 28th. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Sonia Shrivastava. Thank you for joining us this evening. Since last month, our nation has witnessed 3 gun massacres. Now, some congressional lawmakers are renewing their push for tighter gun control legislation. Our Byron Scott has more.
The pain from Chris's death is too great.
One by one, they told their horrific stories.
My son, my sweet Jordan, was shot and killed at a gas station in Florida while simply playing loud music in his car.
And my daughter, Jessica Gowie, was murdered in the Aurora movie theater shooting massacre.
And my mother, Ethel Lance, was one of the 9 people killed in Emmanuel AME Church in the shooting in Charleston, South Carolina last month.
They are the families of victims of some of the worst gun massacres in modern U.S. history.
The fundamental central principle is no background check, no gun.
U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal among those renewing their push for the Congress to take up, vote on, and pass gun control legislation. Senator Chuck Schumer is calling for closing loopholes that legally allow someone to sell a gun if the background check isn't completed in 3 days.
Unless and until we do those 3 things, repair, tighten, expand the net, so the big holes in the net are gone and the net is broader, we're going to wake up to headlines like the ones you've seen in the paper.
Since last month, we have witnessed the Charleston church shooting, 9 dead, the Chattanooga shooting, 5 dead, and Lafayette, Louisiana, 5 days ago, 2 moviegoers gunned down.
When the news broke last week of the shooting at a movie theater in Lafayette, I was more than just heartbroken. I was enraged.
We must do better. We can do better.
And one day we will have gun laws that are going to make a difference in this land, and hopefully not another daughter will be able to stand up and cry because her mother was killed.
Organizers of the event say they will meet with members of Congress over the next few weeks and then follow them to their home districts during the August recess. The idea, they say, is to keep the pressure on until a vote is taken and a law passed. At the Capitol, Byron Scott, CTV News.
And thank you, Byron, for that report.
Newly released emails obtained by the Baltimore Sun indicate that Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake and Governor Larry Hogan disagreed about the citywide curfew that followed unrest. According to the Sun, the mayor wanted to lift the curfew 1 day early, but the governor said he was concerned about public safety and the curfew was extended. The emails also indicate Hogan's calls to the mayor went unanswered during the rioting. The mayor insisted the state police were able to handle any problems. 3 hours later, Rawlings Blake asked the governor to send in the National Guard. Well, Bethesda resident is filing an appeal with the Public Utilities Commission.
That's right. Richard Boltuck joins us now, and the appeal has to do with WSSC's residential usage rates. Welcome to you, first of all. Give us a little background on how all this came about.
Well, after I retired in 2008, I was looking for things to be involved in the community, and one landed in my mailbox in the form of a WSSC bill. And after examining it and the structure of volume rates for water, I discovered that it's seriously flawed and results in discrimination against larger families.
Tell us how is an average family losing out from what your understanding is?
Well, WSSC, which serves 1.8 million residents in Montgomery County and PG County, charges for water, the volume of water used based on the amount used per day by each of its customers. And the greater the amount used per day, the higher the price charged per 1,000 gallons. So customers in households consisting of 2 or more people pay more than a single-person household per 1,000 gallons purchased, even if each person in the family is using no more water per day than a single-person household. The reason is if you multiply the single person by 2 or by 3 or by 4 for the number of people in the household, you move down the WSSC price schedule to higher prices.
Okay, just because it's a confusing issue, just give us an example. How much is it for One person versus two people.
Well, for one person versus two people, it's a little more. It's over the course of a year. If WSSC tells us the average person uses 70 gallons a day, if therefore a household of two people each using 70 gallons a day would use 140 gallons a day, that household would pay about $61 more per year than if they had been charged the same price as a single person household that used 70 gallons a day.
What is your hope with this appeal?
My hope is that the Public Service Commission will find that the WSSC discrimination is unfair and therefore unreasonable, and as a result of that, order the WSSC to reform its volume-based rate pricing in such a way as to eliminate the discrimination against larger families.
Now, you're a former economist. How did you, stumble into this issue?
Well, I'm not a former economist. I'm still an economist.
Still an economist, yes.
but I'm a retired economist. That's true. And I stumbled into it because I examined the rate schedule that accompanied a bill back in 2009. I wrote a report at that time identifying this issue and a related issue, and shared it with the county council members in both PG and Montgomery counties, which have to approve WSSC's rates each year, and also with WSSC itself. So they're well aware of this problem, not just through my own efforts, but also a number of other people who have been activists and have been raising this issue for several years.
Well, I can tell you that it takes a lot of time and effort to be able to go through all of this together. Are you the only one doing this, or are there other people who are filing the appeal as well?
Well, I'm the only one filing the appeal. The law is sort of set up to favor a single appellant, but I'm certainly not the only person concerned about this. Delegate Alcar actually reached out to me and let me know about the existence of the Public Service Commission channel to seek a remedy, and he's extremely concerned about this problem.
We have about 30 seconds. Tell us what you think could be done to remedy this.
Well, there are all kinds of, there are several options at least. If the WSSC wishes to keep a schedule that increases as more water is consumed, then it needs to divide by the number of people in the family, find out how many people are in each family, and divide by that number so that that the rate applies to the average per person consumption. Fairness and equity applies to people, and if you have three people who choose or end up living in a single family, they shouldn't be discriminated against.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in, and keep us updated on your efforts.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And WSSC has until August the 14th to review this appeal. Meantime, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, who is undergoing chemotherapy treatments for cancer, is sporting a new look. Hogan posted this picture on Facebook, calling it his new aerodynamic look, jokingly saying, quote, "It looks like there's another white dome in the Annapolis State House." Now, Hogan also wrote that he may be losing his hair, but he's winning the battle. The governor started the aggressive treatments after being diagnosed last month. Certainly wish him well. Yeah. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Sonia Shrivastava.
And I'm Patricia Vallone.